Hey guys, this is Media Gaze. I'm back playing Icewind Dale. Now we're gonna head over to the temple and see what's going on over there. And then we're gonna head out and try to find that lost caravan. So let's head over here. Let's see what's going on in this temple. Okay, looks like some artifacts in here.
Of course.
Let's check them out. This battered steel helmet is crested with the 5 serpentine heads of a hydra. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Helm of Gardum Greenaxe." Gardum was the captain of the famed adventuring company, the Dragonclaw clan. The fate of this legendary swordsman remains a mystery, though he is presumed to be dead. He was last seen entering the marsh of Tun alone. This is a large shield with the symbol of a white sword emblazoned upon its surface. Numerous dents and scratches indicate the shield has seen many battles. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Shield of a Hoenn, a veteran of many battles against the Uthgard barbarians." A Hoenn was slain while spalling a white dragon matriarch upon the waves of Lake Loch-Dineshar. His body and his blade were never recovered. This long and slender lance is of astonishing quality and workmanship. The entire length of its shaft appears to have been coated in gold, and its handle is inlaid with various precious gems. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Golden Lance of Kedwir, heralded as the greatest horseman to ever ride in battle. Kedwir died gloriously upon the fields of the dead alongside his trusted charger Onyx." Cool. Let's see this. This huge warhammer looks as if it would take the combined strength of 2 men to wield it. Its thick steel head is bound with studded bronze bands and is speckled with what appears to be dried blood. The inscription upon its stand reads, "Bone Cracker." This magnificent weapon belonged to the legendary warrior Dumach the Fist, who died in the assault on Dragon Spear Castle. The blade of this battle axe is buried deep into the stand upon which it rests. Hundreds of tiny notches have been whittled into its black oaken handle. The inscription upon its stand reads, "Bloody Ashram's Axe." This merciless warlord repeatedly used this axe to personally execute his prisoners. He was eventually brutally dismembered by his own troops. This is a round shield with a number of wicked barbs protruding from its surface. A flaming sword, the holy symbol of Tempus, has been etched into the center of the shield. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Shield of Magrath, of the Order of the Steel Fang, slain on the 11th day of the Battle of Borskaife Bridge." This glyph-warded door set into the floor appears to lead down into a chamber beneath the temple. There doesn't appear to be a way to open it. Cool. Some old relics here. Let's talk to, let's check. Temple. Initiate of Tempus. "Hello, my name is Ascalia. I'm an initiate here at the Temple of Tempus. I help Everard maintain the temple armory and perform rituals." "Well met, Ascalia. I'm Hank. You're an initiate in the Temperian faith, huh? I didn't realize the Lord of Battle was so popular up here." "Tempus was revered a great deal by the barbarian tribes up here. They call him Tempus. We immigrants see a lot of conflict and violence in these parts, and people want to make sense out of it all." And what sense can be made out of it all? It's actually part of a simple truth that we Temperians believe. Conflict is all around us. Every man and woman has something that he or she believes in, which he or she is willing will die to promote or preserve. Tempus tells us that we should live for something of importance. If we kill, if we die, the same. We preach that conflict and war are vital to mankind's existence. What a joke. I can't believe you're actually serious. War isn't vital to our existence. How about things like love and tolerance? How do those fit into Tempus's plan? Some theory you've got there. I better not say that. I agree. Even if we don't like the fact that it's happening, conflict is pretty inevitable in life. Exactly. That is why we East Haveners practice the Temperian faith and perform the rituals of the Lord of Battles. What rituals do you perform? We celebrate the feasts of the moon in remembrance of the battle dead. We also sing the Song of the Sword at least once a 10-day. Because of the Church's close proximity to the site of so many great battles, our congregation also has local celebrations to remember all of the mighty conflicts that have raged across Icewind Dale. The most important daily ceremonies are the Feast of Heroes at high sun and the Song of the Fallen at sunset. What are the Feasts of Heroes and the Song of the Fallen? They're pretty straightforward. The Feast of Heroes is a meal that we eat at high sun. During it, we remember the final meal which each warrior eats before he or she enters mortal battle. The Song for the Fallen is a dirge that we sing at sunset as a daily memorial for those who have died in battle. Interesting. What local battles do you celebrate? We celebrate the Battle of Gerard Stone. I'd tell you more about it, but Everard prefers that any questions about it be directed to him. He has somewhat of a different perspective on the teachings than most. Ask him about it if you see him. What's Everard like? Everard? Well, Everard is still adjusting to his position here. I think he'd much rather still be serving Tempus on the front lines, but his duty is to guard this holy site, the site of Gerard Stone. You should ask him about it. He knows more of the tale than I do. Everard's both a warrior and a priest. How does that fit into the Temperian faith? It's actually part of a simple truth that we Temperians believe. Yes, you've told me this. I think that's probably about everything. Yeah, okay, I understand. Farewell. Okay, let's talk to Everard over here. Hey, back here.
Hrothgar mentioned there were strangers in town. What is it you want?
I am Hank. Are you the high priest of this temple?
Yes, I am Everard. Everard of Tempus, battle priest of the Lord of Battles. What brings you here?
Ascalia told me to ask you about Gerard Stone. She said it has something to do with one of your holy days.
Gerard was a shaman who lived long ago. He brought unity to the northern tribes and led them to victory against the army of Ericon, at the cost of his life.
How did he die?
Once Ericon saw his army routed by Gerard and the northern tribes, he sought to bring the Hells to his aid. Ericon opened a gate to the lower plains.
Oh, that's not good. He brought demons to the battlefield? The northern tribes would have been destroyed.
I do not believe that. Gerard did. It is said that Tempus himself appeared to Gerard upon the battlefield, and Gerard took that as a sign.
A sign to do what?
Gerard believed Tempus was calling him to sacrifice himself for his people to ensure victory. And so he cast his body into the portal, his blood fusing it to stone. It lies entombed beneath the temple to this day.
You don't sound like you agree with Jared's choice.
Jared had no need to sacrifice himself. Tempus's appearance was a test of faith, proof Jared's people had already won the field that day. Jared failed his god and died a coward's death.
Are you sure his death was in vain? Jared did seal the portal.
One dies for Tempus with a blade in one's hand, not by martyring oneself within the embrace of infernal magics. Jared's duty was to stand with his comrades, not cast himself to his death when the field was already theirs.
His sacrifice may have prevented other deaths, Everard.
Sacrifice? Let me say this of sacrifice, young one, then we shall speak of this no more. Sacrifice is a death that has meaning. When it is in vain, it is not sacrifice. It is a waste. That is the lesson of Jared's stone.
And this stone is buried beneath the temple?
Aye, a great stone disk that holds Jared's corpse for eternity. And so I watch and guard it in Tempus's name.
I see. I had some other questions I wish to ask you.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
Tempus is the god of war, is he not?
War is but one of Tempus's aspects. Warriors, true warriors, worship him as well.
You carry the scars of war, Everard. Were you wounded in battle?
These eyes have seen battle, yes. And my skin bears the mark of swords and axes. That was long ago. Now my place is here.
Why would you leave battle behind?
Because there are many ways one may serve one's god. I am of the Order of the Broken Blade. My duty is to watch this place.
Order of the Broken Blade?
Yes, were warriors. Wounded in battle, our injuries now keep us far from the front lines. Still, we are fit to guard holy sites to our Lord.
This is a holy site?
It is sacred to Tempus, yes. It marks the field where the barbarian Jared gave up his life ages ago. He lies encased in stone beneath this temple.
Yeah, I know. You just told me. I see. I had some other questions I wish to ask you.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
Do you know anything about the expedition that Hrothgar is putting together?
I have heard of it, yes. A messenger from Kuldahar visited the temple not long ago, and it has spurred Hrothgar to see what is happening in the north.
A messenger?
Yes, a man from Kuldahar found his way to our door, and he was dead by morning. He claimed he was a messenger from the Archdruid of Kuldahar.
What did he want?
The man spoke of disturbances in Kuldahar. His wounds prevented me from making any sense of his words. Perhaps Hrothgar understood more than I, for he's preparing an expedition.
Are you going on this expedition?
No, for my place is here. Were I invited, I would still not go. My injuries would only slow the expedition.
I see. I had some other questions I wish to ask you.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
I think that's about everything. I was wondering if we might pay our respects to the temple and perhaps receive some healing. Okay, so we can heal. We can sell some junk. Sheila's got some junk to sell, right? Okay, so that. Oh, that's worth a lot. Nice. I have to read that note still. Let's see. And this is to identify items, in case you don't have identify spell on one of your mages. But they charge a lot to do that, so I usually don't do it at a temple. Okay, so I think
May I help? It will be done.
I think that's everything here.